welcome back to Cucina Facile. So today we're still on stay-at-home orders, and we're going to do something that's been a really favorite thing of mine to do during this stay-at-home, and that's homemade yogurt, which we used for a lot of recipes. And I want to show you how to make it in the Instant Pot because it's been really fantastic. And then I also brought back from the basement this cool yogurt maker that was actually a gift to me from a patient of mine, and I have not used it in many years, so we're going to try it in here. But I've loved making yogurt in the Instant Pot because then you don't have any little plastic jars, containers that need to be recycled, but you can have a nice big batch of yogurt that can last you all week and is really the best. It's delicious and sweet. So what we need to do, and then another thing I wanted to show you is a couple of tools that you're going to need. You're going to need your Instant Pot. You're going to need a little pot to boil your milk. The ingredients are just yogurt and milk, and we use 2% milk or whole milk. I've not tried making it with skim milk, but you can, and you can also make this yogurt with lactose-free milk. But I have not tried that. I've seen that you can do it, and I've not tried it. I like the creaminess of the 2% or whole milk, so that's what we've been doing. So the tools you're going to use is some yogurt left over from the last batch, about 3 tablespoons, or you can buy, to begin with, you can buy the plain yogurt at the store. As long as there are live cultures in it, that's going to be good. So live cultures, plain yogurt, and then 2% or whole milk, a little pot to boil the milk. And the process is really simple. So what we're going to do first, we're going to boil the milk, and it breaks down all the proteins. And then we're going to, once it comes to a boil, and we'll show you what that looks like, we're going to leave it here for about an hour to cool down. And you'll need a good thermometer because you're going to need to check the temperature of the milk before you mix it with your cultures. If it's too hot, it will kill the bacteria, and then you will have no yogurt. So a small pot to boil your milk, the Instant Pot, and then these containers right here, I can show you. If you like your yogurt thicker, you can strain it. I bought these on Amazon. This is a strainer like that, and you put the yogurt there, and all the whey goes. Here's another one, I'll show you what happens. The whey liquid goes to the bottom, and here you're left with this very dense yogurt that's delicious for desserts, or just plain as a Greek yogurt. And then you can use the whey for some recipes, which we'll show you in the next segment, where we make whole wheat muffins with whey protein. All right, so we're gonna start. The first thing I like to do is I like to put, you can show here in the Instant Pot, I like to put some water in the Instant Pot, about 1/4 of the way full, and then hit the saute button, which will bring this water to a boil. It will make sure that the pot is nice and very clean with boiled water, and also it takes away all the if there's any flavors from, if you make beans or chili or something like that in your Instant Pot, it will take those flavors away. So we're going to set that on and let the water boil, and we're going to turn our milk on, and there's about a little over 1/2 gallon of milk in here. You can really do, if you had a big enough pot or you want to make a lot more yogurt, you probably could do a whole gallon. This is about 1/2 to 3/4 of a gallon. And then we're going to wait. We're going to wait for it to boil. So right now it's been about 5 minutes and our milk is not boiling yet, but you want to be sure that every once in a while you give it a little stir like that so it doesn't stick to the bottom. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then just keep checking it. You know it's going to be ready when it forms little tiny bubbles on top. And you don't want to wait until it overflows because it'll make a mess of your countertop. So just when it makes little tiny bubbles, you're ready. And a good guide is usually that milk is going to start boiling when this water starts boiling. It's about the same time. So that's how I listen for it a little bit. But just don't let the milk get stuck on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to put this back in the fridge. and we'll check again in a little bit. So we're getting close. You can see this water is beginning to boil. And then let me show you what the milk looks like. You can see little bubbles beginning to form. This is when you have to watch it really carefully, because if you're not careful, it will overflow. So just keep looking, and every once in a while give it a stir so it doesn't stick. And then you don't have to wait until it overflows. When you see the more bubbles popping up, that's your clue. See some little bubbles beginning to form. It's beginning, you can see the surface is moving right here. So let's give it another couple of minutes and be ready to turn it off. In the meantime, look at the other pot is boiling. Once that comes to a full boil, then we'll turn that off too. And then when we turn them off, then we're gonna leave them. It takes about an hour for the milk to go down to the temperature that we want to make yogurt. So we're gonna leave for an hour and go do something else, and then we'll come back. All right, so we've let the milk cool for about an hour, and now we're gonna recheck the temperature. Usually it's about an hour, and we want the temperature to be between 95 and 105. That's going to be a good temperature for yogurt. So that's perfect. 103, perfect. If it's warmer than that, it will kill the bacteria and it will not work. Then we're going to put about that much yogurt. I already put some in there before. I took the water out, of course. The water that boiled. And this is yogurt from last time that we made. Here it is. So now we put it in here. We're gonna pour the warm milk. We're gonna stir it very well. Get the yogurt all mixed up with the milk. This time I'm also going to do something a little different that I don't usually do, but we're going to go ahead and try this other machine as well. So we're going to produce a lot of yogurt this time. We're going to pour some in here. I wish I had made more milk, but these are more individual portions. You turn it on. We want 8 hours. And the Instant Pot, here's the yogurt milk mixture in here. Right there. We're just gonna put the lid on. You don't have to touch anything here, it doesn't matter. And then in the front, just push yogurt. And it's going to be 8 hours before it's done. So in 8 hours, we'll open it and see how it worked. All right, let's see. I'm curious to see if these turned out, because I have not been using this machine. And yes, look, there's a beautiful yogurt right there. Look at that. So here are their lids, and we can put, look how cool, this one even has, like, today is, what day is it today? The 12th? We can put on there 12, and that's, we know that that's when we jarred it. Okay, so that's done. And then let's see this one. This is our Instant Pot yogurt. And oh, look how beautiful. So this liquid part, that's whey. It's the whey. So what we're gonna do, and it's full of protein. We're gonna put some of this yogurt here in the strainer, and the whey is gonna collect at the bottom, and you can use it for smoothies, or you can use it for baking, as a liquid in baking. And then the yogurt will actually become nice and thick, like a Greek kind of yogurt. Very good, okay? So that's gonna do that. You see the fluid going down the whey coming through. Okay, and then this yogurt, the rest of it we're going to put in here. Okay, so now I want to show you what our yogurt looks like. Once you store it, it looks about like that. But if you want it very delicious and creamy, all you have to do is whisk it really hard. And you'll have a very nice yogurt, like that, very nice and creamy. Now, the other thing that we like to do, this is good with cereal and that sort of thing. This kind of yogurt is good for, so it's been through a mesh strainer here, and it's nice and thick now, and we make a dessert with it. Or you can also eat it by itself, but basically, see how thick it is? This is the mesh. Like that. And then with the thicker yogurt, we like to make this dessert. We use lemon curd and a nice big dollop. And then we whisk it together. And this is a lovely dessert. Like that. Very healthy and delicious. With the curd.